All right, folks, thanks so much for hanging out today at the stream for the showcase. Showcase was awesome. Now all the I've got another video coming up talking about the Final Fantasy stuff because now people are backtracking and moving goalposts. It's amazing to see. Now they're saying how many people are going to buy it. But you know what? The stream was awesome. I really enjoyed what we had. And thank you so much for turning up. And sorry for the whole setup because it was a bit impromptu and it was at my brother's house. So I kind of had to do a makeshift. But I was sent this and I've just come home and seen it inside ROG Xbox Ally behind the scenes. So I thought I'd react to it and share with you my thoughts because apparently I've been told that I was right. So let's have a look and see exactly just, you know what I mean? How much I was right on.
For the first time, a player is going to be able to hold the power of the Xbox experience in their hand and take it with them anywhere they want to go.
Okay, that's a bold statement already within 11 seconds. If I'm holding the power of Xbox in the palm of my hands, that means I want to be able to play my Xbox games, my Xbox One games, my Xbox Series X games, my 360 game. Basically, okay, even if I exclude the 360 and I exclude the OG, even the Xbox One, I want to be able to play all the games I've purchased on the Series X on this device. That's when it will be the power of Xbox. But let's continue.
This is a breakthrough moment for Xbox.
It's a ruthlessly player-first, game-first Xbox experience.
The familiarity makes a huge difference. It just feels like you are at home.
It's all about putting gaming front and center. We want to make this feel like it's a device that's built for players. That's our whole goal.
Welcome to Xbox Ally.
Interesting name, right? I know it's called the Asus ROG Ally, but this one is literally called the Xbox Ally. So I think if this is actually a success and they can get the older games working on this, I think that Xbox handheld that they were talking about made by them will go straight out the window because it's all about the OS in the end. It's completely about the OS. If Microsoft can get the OS right, then everything else is mute. They don't even have to worry about the hardware. It's 100% about the OS.
So in partnership with Asus, we're going to be releasing two devices, the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X. And the first thing you're going to notice about these devices is this new design. For me, it feels like I'm holding an Xbox.
It goes back to the Xbox game controller. People have muscle memory, the shape, the way it fits in your hands, the asymmetrical thumbs.
See, this is one of the things that my kid was asking for. He wanted the actual Xbox controller because he prefers it. And this is the sort of thing that would actually get him to buy it. So this is actually a really good thing that they've done this.
The ABXY. And imagine just pulling that apart and dropping in a full color, rich display to put the game right into your hands.
That's where this project started, bringing the Xbox experience into a handheld category.
The color of the buttons, that familiar ergonomic gamepad feel, the ability to have impulse triggers, right?
We have that precision Xbox controller experience, the rumble feedback and the haptics that just feels so natural.
You pick it up, it looks like an Xbox, it feels like an Xbox, it plays like an Xbox.
I love
Is it an Xbox?
the screen. The screen is absolutely gorgeous.
We thought about the brightness that you needed.
Is it an OLED screen or is it an LCD? Or an IPS?
On the panel. 1080p, 120 hertz refresh rate, and VRR.
It was so important to us that the experience.
That's awesome that it's got VRR on it. I know it's maxed out at 1080p, but if you dock it, if it can be docked, it'll obviously go to 4K. But, you know, in its current state, 1080p, 120 hertz VRR, that's great.
From both the hardware and software side, feel like an Xbox device from the moment you turn it on.
But it's all about the
That's what
pricing,
people
right?
love about consoles. Press the power button and play. No configuration necessary. I just want to play games.
So let's take them to games. Let's take them straight to Xbox. Let's take them straight into what they want to do. You know that amazing moment when the Nexus comes up on the screen and you know you're about to have a fun time? Let's bring that to handheld.
Everything's coming together across the silicon, across the hardware, across the operating system to really deliver that Xbox first experience that players have been asking for. The full gameplay experience that you expect on a PC or a console, it's now available in your hands. The Xbox Ally is designed to be your great port.
Do they keep saying this? The full Xbox experience. If they've actually done it, this is insane. No, this is genuinely insane.
Portable gaming companion, allowing you to bring your entire library of games with you on the go.
It's just a super flexible device.
I think they've done it. Your entire library on the go. Like, I've got games that aren't on Game Pass, that aren't cloud enabled, that aren't on PC, but are console only. Will these games now work on this device? They are telling me my entire library will be accessible.
Device. It's going to give me a great balance in terms of the battery life and the performance. It also has fantastic cloud playing experiences built into it.
It gives you all the performance that you seek for AAA.
Okay, so it is an IPS display, at least it's my LCD. It is the VRR screen. It's running the Z2 APU. You've got 16 gigabyte. This is the base model.
Gaming, wonderful length of battery life, given the new efficient processor it has and large battery size.
If you've played a console, this is what you'd expect it to be. Use your Game Pass to get games, remote play to your console. It's a very familiar experience.
The Xbox Ally is great. The Xbox Ally X is the best handheld I've ever tried.
Xbox Ally X is really designed for the most demanding players who want a premium experience, including the highest resolutions, the highest fidelity, and the highest frame rates.
The Xbox Ally X is really for someone that is seeking that next level of gaming.
So it's still the same screen, which is a little disappointment. If they actually made it an OLED, that would have been better. But IPS is a really nice display anyway. You've got the Z2 Extreme, which is a much better processor than the Z2A. You got 24 gigs of memory instead of 16 because you're getting that extra, I believe, 8 from VRAM. You're getting double the storage and a bigger battery.
This is your absolute behemoth. All the bells and whistles. You've maxed out your storage, the performance of the product and the chip.
The Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme is the absolute best in terms of handheld processors that you can have today.
The industry-leading AI engine in your handheld device. Inconceivable even 3 years ago.
We have integrated in the power of AI experiences in ways that haven't even been imagined.
That means for the players, it's easier to enjoy, easier to start, and having help, AI is a companion for players.
Think of all the use cases that would blend AI-based audio, AI-based gaming assisting functions, AI-based rendering capabilities.
We wanted to build a handheld that can play the latest AAA games. I'm super excited. We've done something really, really good together.
A perfect blend of performance,
I
power
really like that
efficiency,
Xbox
functionality.
logo. You know, Sony did that for the 30th anniversary. Had those little the PlayStation symbols all over it. It looks really nice aesthetically. I really like it.
And amazingly, this is just the beginning.
The journey.
What do we call this? I call it the pizza box.
It was called the cardboard unit, is what they sent us. This was from Asus. This is the very beginning stages of what would become Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X.
When we started prototyping,
people often say they don't care about how the sausage was made, but I really actually do enjoy seeing this sort of stuff. Early concepts, what it started out as and how it actually developed. I find this really fascinating. I think it's really cool.
there were a lot of naysayers internally saying that, hey, look, Asus, you don't have game content. We went to Microsoft and say, hey, Microsoft, is there an opportunity for us to build a handheld category with Windows?
So we did actually get a functional build of Windows running on this, and you could play a game.
Oh yeah, we powered it on. I think I played Quake on it.
The handheld gaming community is absolutely one of the most enthusiastic community we've seen. They provided so much feedback with our first rendition of Ally.
We realized there are so many things that our community can tell us that we can do a better job.
It came.
but it's all about the software. I know Asus has their Armory crate, but you really need the right software, and it looks like Windows and Xbox is finally focusing on that. Because if they can get the whole of your Xbox library working on there, there's no need for them to make their own console, right? They could partner with Asus and then just say, right, this is going to be our official one. Everyone else can make their own version, whatever, but this is going to be the one that is guaranteed to play at the specs that we want it to play. Obviously, others can make higher spec versions of their handhelds and brute force it, but this is going to be the one it's designed for. Just like how a lot of PC games are now kind of optimized for the Steam Deck. They're not optimized for the ROG. That could now change, especially when it comes to this new device.
It came down to the fact that these devices were not really truly gaming-oriented devices, the way we think about consoles and Xbox.
Hey, let's have Microsoft come in and revamp the software on this, turn it into an Xbox without getting rid of everything that makes Windows great. Let's turn this into a console worthy of the name console, worthy of the name Xbox.
See, a lot of people often say it's not a console, it's a PC. The whole concept of a console is something, I mean, I guess the term has slightly been blurred, but number one, it's something that can't be upgraded. I know people are going to say laptops, but you can change aspects of a laptop. You can change its battery, you can change its RAM. There's a few things here and there that you can change, even the hard drive, right? That kind of is where, I mean, I know hard drives are starting to become interchangeable on consoles, but that's where, you know, the line blurs. You're not supposed to be able to change anything. It's standalone. But now a new kind of factor has been added in to define a console, and that is that when you jump into and you press the button and you're greeted with the home screen, it's just your games library and you can go in and play. Just like when you boot up the Xbox, you've got all your games listed there. When you boot up Nintendo, you've got your games listed there. When you boot up your PlayStation, you've got your games listed there. Steam Deck, when you boot it up, you're greeted with all your games. That's what you want to see. You do not want to see a Windows desktop. And as long as that can be achieved and it's generally not upgradable, this is a console, and this will be registered as an Xbox handheld console.
That was the moment where we said, wow.
That's when all the light bulbs started to go off.
So we decided to start a partnership with them and do something wholly unique for us as Xbox.
We have different yet very complementary capabilities. You have Asus making industry-leading hardware, and you take Xbox and you bring all of the experience we have in console and in gaming and bring that together into this portable device.
How do we start with this and add this to make it feel like a combination of Asus and Xbox working together?
I mean, this is exaggeration, but at the end of the day, you're doing some form of the flat fingers. You get a device like this, and that makes it just so much more comfortable to hold on to the entire time.
Well, the Xbox controller is one of the most comfortable controllers you could ever hold. I mean, I genuinely believe that. It is my favorite controller. I love the PS5 DualSense. I think the haptic triggers, you know, the feedback is really nice, and it really does add the emotion. But in terms of feel, I feel like the Xbox, the Series controller, it just sits in your hand, and it's just the perfect combination of where it needs to be. But that's just me. I know that is very subjective, and I'm not saying one is better than the other for you. I'm just saying for me, it just feels better. So having a handheld that actually has those grips, just like the Portal, right? If the Portal didn't have the PS5 controller on the left and the right, it just wouldn't feel right. And so when it comes to this Xbox handheld, it kind of needed that in order to get that Xbox feel.
That opens up more access to your index fingers with your shoulder bumper, as well as those triggers at the back. It just feels more intuitive.
No one has ever seen this before, and this was a request from you
Yes.
as a kickoff for like a proof of concept of like, what if we put an Xbox button on an Asus Ally?
You could imagine a world where that button on this device was the Xbox button that you see on an Xbox controller.
When we were talking to the designers at Asus, they were basically saying, well, our products, they're not round, they're angular chisels and angles. And so this is the new Xbox button shape.
To place the Xbox Nexus on the rhombus is such a beautiful representation of the marriage of the precision, the robustness of Asus's design, and the power of Xbox.
Something that I think is really cool is we have a micro texture, which is that little Easter egg that starts to hint to the partnership between Asus and Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, right? That little, let me see if I can go back. Yeah, that little bit there, that texture is so sweet. I know Sony did it with their 30th anniversary, and I absolutely loved it with all the PlayStation symbols. I'm really happy that they actually went down the route of doing this as well here. Looks really nice. It also means I'm going to get a clear case for mine. Yep, I'm going to get one.
Which is that little Easter egg that starts to hint to the partnership between Asus and Xbox.
It is the best of Xbox. It is the best of Windows. Working with Asus and creating something specifically designed to help gamers have the experience that they have so long dreamt of.
Until now, the experience that you could have on the go was just not even remotely close to the experience that you could have playing games at home.
You look at this device in your hand and you're just blown away. How did we put this incredibly high-end console into a handheld?
I think once people hold it in their hands for the first time, they're going to be sold.
I'm already sold. But I wonder if they're actually going to show the software, because the software is king. The software is the key. If the software is good, this is going to do phenomenally well. If the software is bad, but it also means, it's also important, but when they say your whole library, your complete library, do they actually mean my complete library, or are there caveats to that? That's really important.
Instant on, get right into your game. It feels like everything you wanted a handheld to be, but it wasn't quite getting there. This is it.
When you boot up your Xbox Ally, it's going to boot into the Xbox experience.
We're turning off the desktop and
That's it. They're basic. They've done it. They've done it. They're openly telling you there that when you go into the Xbox ROG, the Xbox Ally, you're no longer going to see Windows. You are going to see the whatever dashboard it is that they're showing, but that dashboard is going to give you access to Steam, Epic, and all the other launchers as well. Or there's going to be like a library where you can go in and download the launchers that you want to appear on your ROG Ally. That is awesome.
other processes to opt.
And this is what I was saying the next Xbox is going to be. They needed to find a way to marry both the Windows operating system and an overlay and get it to mesh together in a UI that actually works as a console. I've been saying this for a long time, that this is the goal. If they can get this working, they are done. And it looks like they have done it. And if obviously the next Xbox is some time away, but in my opinion, my humble opinion, this confirms that the next Xbox 100% is going to be running Steam, Epic, and everything. They're basically going to use this OS in the next Xbox without a shadow of doubt. That is my genuine 100% opinion.
Optimized for gaming. That lets you have all of this memory back that can go just towards your games.
I don't have to think about Windows. All I have to think about is my game and being focused on my game and how I'm gonna get my highest score, how I'm gonna be able to complete that level. Those are right there for me.
You're just one button press away from getting your game bar that allows you to access various functionalities, utilities, and settings.
Game bar is going to bring all this fantastic utility there for you. You'll be able to, see the performance.
It's crazy, right? Because Microsoft has been working on this and kind of working on it from different streams. And, in technical terms, they've been working on it on different branches. And each branch has slowly been kind of coming closer and closer to completion. And they're all about to now be joined onto the main branch to complete the actual process. You had the game bar branch, you had the games branch, you had the UI branch, you had Windows being usability and stuff like that, accessibility, and everything. And it looks like over the years where they've been trying to do this, each branch has been doing what they need to do, and they're finally culminating to a point where they've actually come together, where they're feature complete almost, and what we're about to get is going to be something absolutely awesome.
Performance of the games, you'll be able to send messages to your friends.
Your most recently used games, connecting to a Wi-Fi network, or changing the volume.
If I wanted to bring some app experiences thanks to the game bar, like Discord and stuff, I don't have to leave my gaming experience.
We've made it really fast, controller
That's
friendly.
awesome.
It's all
That's
there
what
and
we're
meeting the
talking
players'
about.
needs rather than having the players
That's
find
it.
it.
That's it. That is it. That's it. That is exactly what I was talking about. Look, up the top, you can see Battle.net, you can see Discord, you can see Xbox, and you're also going to see stuff like Steam on there. You're going to see stuff like GOG and everything else like that, and you'll be able to cycle between them and get what you want. This is the experience. They're using Windows's multi-dashboard here. That's pretty much what they're using here from what I can see. And they're basically setting up each instance of what you've got into its own dashboard. That's actually really simple, really smart way to do it. That's actually really damn cool. But that's it. This is what you've been waiting for. This is what they've needed, and it seems like it's all now come together. Oh man, I'm actually really excited for this thing now. I am really excited. I just hope it's not $800 because I'm obviously going for the LIX. So I really hope that this is not $800. I guess my kids are getting all my hand-me-downs. I guess my Steam Deck will find a new home with my kids.
It's all there and meeting the players' needs rather than having the players find it.
But what's so special about the Xbox Ally is that you can play all of the games that are available on Windows from whatever storefront or launcher that be. All of them are available for you on the go.
You don't have to kick out to a bunch of different launchers. You go to one shared library and they're all there for you.
The real magic of Xbox Play Anywhere is the fact that I'm taking my progression, my
So that sounds like regardless of where you've bought your games, the API will pull them in to that menu, so you won't necessarily see the Steam launcher. I think that's what they're saying. So you know how on GeForce Now you can connect your different launchers, or on GOG you can connect your different launchers, your different accounts, and then it just kind of puts all your games in there. I think that's what's going to happen here. You won't see the Origin store, or you won't see the, I don't know, Steam store. What you're going to see is the games there, and if you want to buy a game, you can buy it, but all of those games that are available on Steam, Origin, Uplay, and everything else will be available for you to play on this handheld. So if you wanted to buy Spider-Man and play it on your Xbox LIX, you can do that.
achievements with me anywhere that I go.
That's your identity, that's your library, it's the community that you have, anywhere you are, not where the device is. Xbox is about you.
Not, I want to play that, I need to go over there. No, I want to play the game I want to play. Like anywhere. What game do you want to play? Here it is.
Xbox is everywhere. Whether you download it, play locally on your device, or you play in the cloud, it should be a unified experience.
Being able to unlock people from a single device is magic.
It's gonna be faster to fun, there's gonna be more ways to play, and you are gonna be blown away with the size and scale of access that you have to your content and library.
You know, one thing that is true is how much play is important to who we are as humans. And when you hold that in your hand and you can take it with you everywhere,
Price, please.
I think there's just something beautiful about
Man, that
that
console
we
looks
all need.
beautiful.
That's what Ally brings to Xbox players.
You know what? Sarah's been cooking. That looks beautiful, boys! Holiday 2025. Oh. Man, that looks beautiful. That looks beautiful, man. I know the bottom one is the cheaper one, but you know, if you're gonna get it, you gotta go for the LIX. I know it's gonna be $800, and that's going to be a tall order. But before all of you come out and say, "Oh, but you complained about that," this is a handheld. When Sony releases a handheld that can do all of what this is doing and prices at £800, I'll be with you. I'll show the same energy. Until then, shut up. This is amazing. And I'm really excited to see just how broad the complete catalog is. Does it cover all of my consoles, or is it just PC? I'm assuming that's the only part that's remained ambiguous to me, because it was really difficult to understand the wording. But overall, this is insanely good. And the fact that they've got the dashboard all sorted as well, that was the key. Once they've got this working, I genuinely don't even think they need to bother with the next device, because this basically just doesn't even. The beauty of this is that, you know how you've got the Series S and the Series X, and when developers build something, they have to build it to the lowest denominator, right? So they have to build it to the Series S and then upgrade it to the Series X. They don't have to do that with this because it's separate hardware entirely. It's not parity with the consoles. It just needs to work. And even if it works on the lowest setting, it doesn't matter, right? As long as it works. And they can disable features for this if they need to, just like Baldur's Gate 3 multiplayer. If they needed to disable it, there'd be no problem here, because this isn't directly connected to the console itself. It's a separate console entirely doing its own thing, playing Xbox games and being an Xbox. This is how they should have went about it in the first place. But you know what? They finally got there, and you know what? I'm all in. I am all in, and I'm starting to save up from now, because this is going to be an expensive boy. This is pretty much going to be my birthday present and my Christmas present in one, because my birthday is in end of November and Christmas obviously is Christmas. So this is going to be my gift to myself. I know, kind of sad, right? But what can I say? Got to treat yourself sometimes, right? Well, folks, that's the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Remain legend.